Good morning. Okay, we're going to start with side steps. Hips, knees, toes forward. We're going to side to side. If you've been around a bit, those of you not in the group, you can grab weights if you want to make it a little more complementary towards your arms. Otherwise, we're just going to do side to side. We're working on keeping our chest, hips, knees, toes nice and forward. What we want to do is where there's a muscle on the side of your glute, well, deep inside, but below your glute, that works on opening and closing that thigh bone. But what it also does is it keeps you walking nice and forward, keeping that stability. So we want to work on forward movements, pattern stability. So this is going to be your number one go-to is side steps. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go ahead and hold on real quick. Okay. We're going to move to hamstring curls. So we're going to shift the weight. If you need to hold on to a chair, you're going to shift your weight, kickstand your back leg, and you're going to kick your heel up and down. So keeping your thighs together, you're going to kick up and down. So keep your abs tight, your hips forward, your thighs together, heels up, tap your toe down, heels up, tap your toes down. Try not to let the knee lunge in front of the other knee. You want to keep it nice and stable. I'm going to work on getting some front lighting here. Looks like it has trouble seeing me. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to bring it down, switching to the other side, shifting the weight. You're going to kickstand the back leg, tighten your abs, and then kick the heel up, tap the toe down, heel up, and tap the toe down. Really holding those thighs together. Don't let the knee come forward of the other one. We really want to work that hamstring. Shoulders are relaxed, breathing, making sure that that hamstring's doing all the work. If we let that knee come forward, the quad and hip flexor take over. And there's a time and place for that. In just a few moments, we'll be doing it. But right now, we want just the back of the thigh to get strong. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring that down, march it out, march it out. We're going to go right into full marches. Nice tight abs. Bring those knees up with the heel under. Bring the knees up with the heel under. March and march. So we're working the hip flexors right now. That muscle that attaches to the top of the thigh bone goes through the hip and attaches to the lower vertebrae. So if we want to talk about stability, we're going to be talking about that hip flexor quite a bit because it is connected to the vertebrae, determines what's going on with the hip. So tight abs, shoulders back and down. Kick those knees out, kick those feet out. Don't just bring the feet back up the leg. That would be cheating. We want those toes out, like you're getting ready to do, I think, the hacky sacks. That would be sports related, beyond me. At that point, tall chest, tight abs, and march it out, march it out. Feeling it? You feeling it yet? You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have to bring it down. Hips, knees, toes forward. Soften the knees, tighten the pelvic floor, tighten the abs, shoulders pulled back. We're going to raise the heels up. We're going to hold, 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 and bring them down slowly. Bring the heels up, hold, 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 and bring them down. Check, are your abs tight? Is your pelvic floor tight? And then are your knees soft, right? You want your leg muscles to learn how to assist you, not just lock out on your knee joints. You want the arches, right? We go up real high and we hold it. We want those arches to engage and then to slowly lower you back down. We want that foot in control of the descent. So your calf is contracting you up and the arch is slowing you down. We want that. We want that strength in that foot calf connection. One more to go. Oh, I didn't move my finger. And this was it. Okay, march it out, march it out. We're going to get ready for shins. So we're going to shift the weight to the left foot. Right foot comes forward, hips, knees, toes all facing each other. And we're going to tap forward, tap forward. We're just tapping the ball of the foot. Just tap, tap, tap. You got to make sure that foot is forward. It can't be right next to the other foot. It jams into the hip socket. We don't need that headache. So we go forward of each other and just tap, tap, tap. And then if you feel like you're ready to take it up a notch, keeping the abs tight, the hips forward, we're going to lift the ball of the foot, turn it out, tap it down, lift the ball of the foot, turn it in, tap it down. Lift, turn it out, tap it down, lift, turn it in, tap it down. And then we just keep going back and forth, practicing holding our abs tight and holding the hips forward. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that down. Feet together, shifting the weight. Bringing the left foot forward, nice tight abs, and tap the toes, tap the toes. Just tap it first. Make sure you feel nice and comfortable in the shins, that you have the other leg all stable. And then when you're ready, tighten the abs, the pelvic floor. You're going to lift the toe, turn the whole thigh out, tap it down, lift the toe, turn the whole thigh forward, tap it down. Lift, turn it out, tap it down, lift, turn it in, tap it down. So we're just working that whole hip socket, training it to hold the pelvic bone forward while the thigh bone is rotating inside that hip socket. And this is really good for that hip socket to have to be able to twist and turn into that joint so that the joint gets thicker and stronger and lowers the risk of a break should we fall. So one of the things that happens as we age, our bone density leaves because we're not exercising so much and we're not eating as much nutrition that keeps the minerals going. So the density starts to leave. But science and studies show over and over again, if you start moving the muscles with a little bit of tension here, that the bone density will sit and go, hey, that muscle needs to be anchored on stronger. And so they want to put more minerals at that area to anchor that muscle. So this is a great way to make sure you're getting some anchorage in that hip socket. Go ahead and bring the feet together and march it out. We're going to get ready for front arms and side arms. If you have shoulder issues, no weights for you. If you don't have shoulder issues, 2 pounds or less, nothing more than that. We're going to work on front arm raises first, and then we're going to work on side arm raises. Only go to the height of the level your rotator cuff can handle without triggering your neck and shoulders. We're trying to train the deltoids that are on your shoulders to get stronger on how to lift without hiking up your shoulder to your neck. So really, this is all about the shoulder blades. If you can lock down the shoulder blades, tighten the abs, tighten that pelvic floor, you're going to help open up that socket so that you can get a little bit more maneuvering in the shoulder rotator cuff. So we're going to go forward arms first, tucking shoulder blades, tight abs. We're going to raise our arms level with the rotator cuff and then bring it back down to the side. We're going nice and slow timing. We're not going fast because that doesn't serve us. Going nice and slow forces us to actually have to resist gravity and work with gravity and be stronger against gravity. One of the things I want to point out is as you're coming up, you're really locking down the shoulder blade, bringing the arm forward. And then as it comes down, that shoulder wants to round with you. You have to hold that blade back, 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 back. So that shoulder blade doesn't round forward with you. It stays back the whole time. Tucking those shoulder blades, nice tight abs. And last one right here. Palms forward, tuck shoulder blades, abs are tight, pelvic floor is tight, knees are soft. We're gonna go straight out to the side and down. Tuck shoulder blades straight out to the side and down. Again, really focus just on the shoulder blades. Can the shoulder blades hold you still and contract while your arms are going up? That's really what we're trying to train right now, that you don't trigger the neck and shoulders, and that you're just learning how to use the blades to move your arms. That's your most important part. If you've been here for a while though, and you're getting it, then work a little bit on the effort of coming up a little bit higher so that your side delt learns to get stronger. And again, I have weights. You don't have to have weights. Just 2 more to go. Last one. And palms forward. Let's roll those shoulders back. Roll those shoulders back. We're going to go ahead and get ready to be in our chair. We have 3 levels. Level 1 is put a chair in front of you. You're going to have your feet, hips, knees, toes forward. You're going to have your hips, knees, toes forward and hold on to the chair and assist yourself up and assist yourself down. That's level 1. Level 2, no chair, and you're going to have your hands crisscross. You're going to push up through the heels and set yourself back down. Level 3 is having the weights to your chest, tucking shoulders, pushing through the heels and setting yourself down. We're shooting for 12, so let's go ahead. Feet flat on the floor, line up your hip socket with your knees, with your toes on both sides. You want to make sure they're nice and aligned. You don't want one knee nice and close or wide out. You want it perfectly aligned. Think of the bone, that you're following the bone and the joints. We're going to put the weights or hands directly onto your chest unless you're holding onto the chair, which if you feel you can't do squats, please hold on to a chair. You're going to tuck the shoulders, tight abs, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and come to a stand, finally holding that tight squeeze at the top. You lower your abdominals down here, and then you set yourself back down, lowering yourself onto your heels also. So tucking shoulders, tight abs, push through the heels, tight abs, then tighten these lower abs, set yourself down, and you'll feel that you're mostly on your heels coming on the way down also. Push through the heels, squeeze the butt at the top, and set yourself down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and tight abs, and set yourself down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt. Tight abs, push through, set yourself on the heels, and come on down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and set yourself down. Check on those knees that they're following the hips and toes. Push through the heels, squeeze the butt, tight abs, and set yourself down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and set yourself down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and set yourself down. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and set yourself down. We have 2 more to go. Tight abs, tight butt, push through the heels, squeeze the butt, and set yourself down. And 1 more. Push through the heels, tight abs, tight butt, squeeze. And you are done. You can set the weights down. You have a minute break here. we're going to stand on up. And we're going to get ready for arms straight out like Frankenstein, tucking shoulders. Then we're going to cross our arms, pull our shoulder blades back, cross, cross, shoulder blades back, cross, cross, shoulder blades back. We think chest, chest, shoulder blades. I like your modifications for those modifying. That's good. Tuck shoulders, cross, cross, shoulder blades. Cross, cross, shoulder blades. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulder. One more to go. And bring it on down. Roll those shoulders back. We're going to work on stepping over. So we're going to grab a weight and you're going to put it next to you on the side of you. If you need a chair for stability, feel free to hold on to your chair. If you don't, you're going to tighten your abs. You're going to lift your foot over the step, over the step. You're going to go over and over. And the idea is you are keeping the knee forward and the foot forward. You're not kicking the heel back. Don't do that. Make sure you have that knee and foot coming forward. We're training you. If you had to get into a big bathtub, you'd be ready for it. So you're stepping over. But more likely, if you had a kitty cat sleeping in the way, that way you can step correctly. And the idea is we're trying to get more into the hip to rotate. If you just kick back, my hips barely do anything. So then when does my hip get stronger? When does the call for more bone density happen? When does the call for thicker tendons, a better neurological connection in the hip socket come? It can't, because I'm not moving it. I'm kicking it back. So instead, I want that knee forward, getting that brain down into the hip socket so that I don't lose that hip socket. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tight abs and bend on down to pick up your tripping hazard. We're going to bring our arms straight out to a T with the palms down. You're going to tuck your shoulders down, tight abs, tight pelvic floor, soft knees. And we're going to arm circle forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come on down, roll those shoulders back. And then we're going to go out forward, side to the arms, tuck shoulder blades. And you're going to go backwards now for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come on down. So again, we're just training the neck how to relax so that the ball and socket in the arm can learn how to work and maneuver within each other. We're going to get ready for standing donkey kicks. You're going to hold on to your chair. You're going to bend forward just a little bit. You're going to kick that heel, lift the heel up. And then you're just going to kick the leg straight out and bring the knees together. Notice my feet stay up the whole time and the knees together. Kick straight out, knees together. Kick straight out, knees together. Now, if you're at home and you wanted to add a band to this, this would be a great time to do it. But if you are not at home, then I would not do that. I would just keep it right where it's at. So your hip stays forward, the heel stays up the whole time. You just go from the knee straight back, knee straight back. There's a couple of things we're working on. One is getting the hamstring and the glute strong enough to kick back. The other is we want that back leg to separate from that front leg. If you can't do that, you're going to have real problems walking forward. You have 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down and march it out. And then we're going to get ready for the other side. So leaning forward, shifting the weight to the right foot, left heel comes up, tight abs, and kick back, and then knees together. Kick back, knees together. And you're just keeping the hip forward. That back is nice and stable. You're not moving the back because you have nice tight abs. And you're using the hamstring and the glute to bring the skeleton behind each other. Can you see how they're behind each other? That's what we want. So that when we're walking, we're not just stuck walking with our legs coming forward and coming into the shuffle. We're actually going to be able to walk with that leg behind us and creating stronger hips, stronger stability, better cognition. Keep your abs tight, shoulders down, hips are forward, heels always stay up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down, stand on up and march that out. We're going to get ready for overhead reach here. So we're going to work on our posture of holding the weight of our arms into our shoulder blades. So we're going to grab our invisible ball. Well, first, let's start with our feet. Shoulder width apart, soft knees, tight pelvic floor, tight abs, shoulders pulled back. And then you're going to grab your big invisible ball here. Relax the neck and shoulders, and then you're going to lift way up high over your head, as high as you feel safe. Some people are going to barely come up to their eyes. That's okay. Some will barely come to their collarbone. That's okay. We're just going as high as we can so we know where we're reaching. And what I want you to do is pull that chin back and really tuck your shoulders down. Even if you're barely here, get those shoulders pulled back so that we're getting into the rib cage and contracting in this rib cage area, because we don't want to have that folding of the rib cage. We want it pulled up so that we have good posture, good breathing, good digestion, and good swallowing, all those things that are affected by the curvature in our spine at the incorrect place. We're almost done. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring that ball to your collarbone. Bring it to your waist, palms are forward, and roll it back, roll it back. Okay, we're going to get ready for inner thighs here. So we're going to hold on to one chair here, and then we're going to bring our right foot up to our left hand, but we're not bending to the left hand. We're going to stay perfectly still in our torso, and we're just going to lift the heel, tap it down, lift the heel, tap it down. Keep going. Nice tight abs. Lift the heel and tap it down. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to switch sides. Going to go the other direction. Holding on to the chair, tall chest, tight abs, and then bringing the left heel to the right hand. But you're not bringing the right hand down. You're staying nice and straight in your torso. And you're just trying to rotate inside that hip socket. You're probably noticing a theme by now between shoulder blades, abs, and hips. And that would be correct. We want a nice, clear theme here. Nice shoulders down, abs are tight. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march that out. How you all doing? Everyone doing okay?
Yeah, Carissa.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on our hip socket here. We're going to shift the weight to our left leg, keep the hip, knee, toes forward, and we're going to tap forward, tap to the side, tap behind us, tap to the side. So we're going forward, side, back, side. And we're just keeping the toes and the thigh forward the whole time while we're keeping the hip nice and forward. What we're doing again is more hip strategy training the hip how to move within the socket. The one leg standing is your stability leg. The one that's moving is your mobility leg. So we're getting two things working at the same time. So don't be shocked if your standing leg is just as tired as your moving leg, but really just try to keep that hip forward using the hip socket muscles to move the thigh bone. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the feet together and march it out, march it out. Okay, we're going to go the other direction. Shifting the weight to the right leg, soft knee, tight abs. And then we're going to step out the left leg and we're going to tap forward, tap to the side, tap behind, side, forward, side, back. Really keeping the hip forward. Keep that thigh, keep that toe forward. It's really important. In ballet class, everyone is taught to turn their toe out. And there's a reason for that because they're getting ready to do a dance where they have to move along. We're working on getting that glute to work, which matters when we're walking and something disrupts the forwardness of our movement pattern and we have to shift sideways. This keeping that hip, knee, toes forward. That's going to be what helps us stay nice and forward and not just like trip all over the place, which we all trip. It's the falling we're trying to avoid. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and march it out, march it out. Okay, you're on another break. And then we move to the chairs. So one more break, and then we're on to the chairs. Okay, so if you would like to start out with weights, you may, you don't have to. Okay, halfway off the chair, feet are shoulder width apart. You're gonna have your palms face forward, tuck your shoulder blades down. And then you're gonna bicep curl and come all the way down. Tucking shoulder blades, bicep curl, come all the way down. No leaning back in your chair, that would be cheating. You're halfway off your chair. Your head's nice and tall, shoulders are pushed down, abs are nice and tight. We go nice and slow. We want to make sure we're going all the way down, all the way up. We want full range of motion so that that tendon is nice and straight so that you have full function of your arm, because if you have those tight elbows that always stay folded, it goes right up into this little painful part into your bicep tendon because it has to pull on the part that's too short on the elbow part. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring our weights to our chest. Unless you have a ball, you can have a ball at your chest too. We're going to have our feet wider here, tucking shoulders down. We're going to twist to the side and release that. We're using our abdominals to twist the rib cage and come back to the center. Twist the rib cage and come back to center. We're using the obliques to control our rib cage and then release it. The obliques pull the rib cage to the side and release, keeping the chin nice and lined with the sternum. So it's an illusion that I'm turning my head. My neck is just following along with my spinal cord. My shoulders are relaxed. My chest is nice and tall, and I'm just using my side obliques to take over. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, gonna come forward, And then we're going to come now you can put the weights on your knees and tight abs, and we're going to march and march. March and march. So again, these are working the hip flexors. This is a different range of motion. And because we're putting weights on it, we're thickening up that muscle, making it just a little bit stronger so that we can lift our legs a little bit higher. We want to be able to lift our legs clearly over a bathtub. We want to be able to lift our legs high onto a step. And if we were to go to a monster truck rally, which I don't know why we would, but I mean, some people do, we would want to be able to get up into one of those big monster trucks.
Garbage truck.
Those are big. So imagine how big you'd have to lift that leg to get up there. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do military press. If you have painful shoulders, you're going to tuck your shoulders and just go only as high as you can handle. Some people will be collarbone to ears. Some people can go all the way up. Choose what's best for your level. You're going to tuck those shoulders, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling and then bring it on down. Tuck shoulder blades, come up to the ceiling and bring it down. Really tightening the abs, relax the neck and shoulders. And as the arms are going up, push the shoulder blades down. As the arms go up, push the shoulder blades down. I know it seems counterintuitive because we just want to really pull that neck up with us. We've got to get those shoulder blades to take over. I love seeing the modifications. Good job. As long as the shoulders are down, we just push through. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring those down. Roll it back. Roll it back. Good job, everyone. Okay, so now we're going to grab one weight. You don't have to have a weight if you don't want to. And you're going to be nice and tall. The abs here, we're going to bend to the side. Use the opposite oblique to pull you back to the center. So we're tipping to the side, using the oblique to tip you back to the center. So we're tipping and then using the ab to pull it back. We're not shrugging our shoulder. We're not bending the elbow. We're just using it as dead weight so that there's just a little bit of extra weight there for our obliques to pull up to make our obliques a little bit stronger. And then we're keeping our chin lined up with the sternum the whole time. My head isn't swinging around. It's all lined up in my vertebrae. So there's no way to harm our back if we're just holding everything correctly, right? Because everything's in neutral. So this is a safe way to work our back. But we're really working our obliques. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we get to switch sides. We're going to bring the left arm, nice tall chest, dead shoulder here, tip to the side, use the opposite oblique to lift you to straight. Tip to the side, opposite oblique pulls you to straight. Keeping the chin nice and aligned, and just use that abdominal to pull the rib cage back towards the hip so that you're nice and straight. Tip to the side and lift. Tip to the side and lift. Nice tall chest. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go ahead, put the weights on your feet, and we're going to lift the heels, lift the toes, lift the heels, lift the toes. And again, this one, we can never do too many. If you're driving, flying, sitting at home, even if you're sick, just pumping your feet is so healthy for you. So don't forget to pump those feet. Everyone doing good? Okay. I know this one's kind of easy, but it works. It's working like an artery to your feet, pushing all the fluids back up, pushing all the blood vessels, contracting them. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you get to come on down. We're going to set one weight to the side here and just hold the one. If you have shoulder problems and you can't lift overhead, just work on bicep curls again right now, of straightening your arm and bringing it up. Straighten the arm and bring it up. That would be your best bet right here. Otherwise, we're going to tuck shoulder blades, nice tall chest, bring it over the head. We're going to go behind the head, over the head, behind the head, over the head. We're working on our triceps here. And because they're over our head, it's stretching out our whole lats and our serratus anterior. It's straightening up our back. So there's a whole bunch of good things happening, doing the triceps in this particular direction here. And like I said, if your shoulders hurt, come down and do just straightening your arms. Practice getting them nice and straight. Have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down and roll those shoulders back. Roll those shoulders back. And then we're going to work on ab contractions here. We're going to hold onto our belly. We're going to hold onto our abdomen here. And then if you can't really see it, you just have to hear me say it and then just follow along. What you're going to do is you're going to push your belly button to the spine, contract your ab, and then release. You're going to push your belly button to the spine, contract it, and release. Belly button to the spine, hold it, and then release. Belly button to the spine, and then release. Belly button to the spine, and release. Belly button to the spine, and release. 3 more to go. Belly button to the spine, and release. Belly button to the spine, contract those abs, and release. 1 more. Belly button to the spine, contract, contract, and release. I hope you guys could feel it, even though it looked like I'm just standing here. There's a whole bunch of contraction in the abdomen going on. So we're going to grab those weights. We're going to have our feet together, and we're going to put weights on the outside of the feet here. So 1 weight on each side. We're going to tighten the abdominals. And then we're going to step out, step in, step in. Nice tight abs. Don't let your torso wiggle around. So keep it nice and still. And we're just stepping out, stepping out, stepping in, stepping in. And keep those feet, when they go out, that they're staying over the weights, that they're not kicking forward, right? We want them just to step out, step in, step in, step out, step out, step in, step in. Nice tight abs, out, in, and in. Step out, step out, step in, step in. Step out, step out, step in, step in. Out, out, in, in. You have 5 seconds to go. Keep going. And bring it on in. Excellent job. You should feel it all wraps around up into your hip flexor, inner and outer thighs. Grab your tripping hazards off the floor here. And let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do ball squeeze. So we're going to set the weights to the side. And we're going to have our feet flat on the floor. We're going to put the ball between our knees here. Okay, we're going to put the ball between our knees here, and we're going to squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze, relax. Make sure the feet stay flat on the floor. Your abs are nice and tight. Do not lean back on your chair. This is not a rest out. This is a workout. So just squeeze those inner thighs and relax. Just going back and forth, reusing the inner thighs. Make sure your feet are together. No cheating, and that you're not lifting your heels off the ground. Keep the heels on the ground while doing this. Okay, We're going to double time now. We're going to squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep going. Make sure you quicken up that tightness, that you're not just going slow now. We're double timing here. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and bring that out. We're going to grab the ball here. We're going to go around the world. We're going to take it and bring it behind us. Switch sides, bring it in front of us. Switch sides. So again, if you've been laying back, this will be proof that you were not sitting forward. Nice tall chest. Relax those shoulders.
Around the world in 80 days. Remember that movie? Charlie Brown.
And then we're going to go the other direction. Go the other way. Go the other way. Just when your brain figured out the one way, we got to go the other way now. Switching directions. Relaxing the shoulders. If you find you're having trouble with this, just practice going forward and back. I dropped my ball. So if you're having trouble catching up, just go forward and back. That way we get some lubrication in those rotator cuffs. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're going to give our arm semi break. We're going back to the legs here. We're going to go in between the legs, lift it, switch sides. In between the legs, lift it, switch sides. So you're just going to go back and forth, making an infinity sign or a sideways number 8, back and forth through the legs. So we're forcing those thighs to lift up higher, working on that hip flexor. Remember, we've discussed this hip flexor several times already, how important it is. So we're just getting higher up in the rotation or the range of motion and trying to get strength and flexibility in that muscle. Because if you recall, if you have strong hip flexors, you're going to have a stable hip and a stable lower back, and that's what we want. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. Hopefully you felt all that. Otherwise, it might be time for ankle weights on your thighs. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come up over our head here. We're going to work the halo. So if you have shoulder problems, you're going to come down and just do a small little one. If you don't have shoulder problems, you're going up overhead and creating the halo, tucking the shoulder blades and just feel the shoulder blades guiding the rotator cuff, that you're not really moving inside the socket as much as your shoulder blades are controlling the movement. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. Go around the other way. Shoulders are burning. Relax the neck and shoulders. Use your blades. Use your blades. Abs are tight. Keep breathing. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down and roll those back. Roll those back. So imagine we're getting all this rotator cuff, all nice and strong here while disengaging the neck. How amazing is that going to be that you can hold your arms up? For us gals, just picture if we had to curl our hair, right? And how our shoulders would always hurt. This will help alleviate that pain. So we'll be able to feather our hair like we did in the 80s. Okay, we're going to set the ball down to the side. We're almost done here, but we're going to do ankle rotations right now. So we're going to lift our thigh up. I'd like you to grasp your hands behind your thigh here and hold it. If you need to sit back and lean back now, I'm okay with that. If you just cannot hold it, you're like, oh, I just don't have the strength to, go ahead and put it on your ankle, your shin, your calf on your thigh. That's fine too. But ideally, I would like you to be nice and lined up in your in your joints here. And what we're going to do, disengage the ball of the foot, and we're going to point and flex the foot. That's all we're doing. Just point and flex. And we're just trying to train the ankle just to move. Get some lubrication in there, get some thickening of the tendons, the ligaments, and importantly, getting the nervous system to know it needs to point and flex the ankle, that you're not just using leverage, momentum as your moving sources, but you're actually going to have the ability to think about moving your ankle. We're going to go ahead and do ankle circles. Any direction, because we're going to do both directions. So just choose a direction because we're going to go the opposite in about 20 seconds. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go the other way. And try to disengage the ball of the foot if you can. It's really hard when you think about it because the toes want to flex forward and then curl down. And so if you can try to disengage the ball of the foot and get really into the ankle, that would be a really nice challenge. Because those toes want to lift, lift, lift. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Okay, got one more foot to go. Then we start the stretching. We're going to bring that foot, the other leg up.
Yeah.
And we're going to point and flex. Disengage the ball of the foot the best you can. Point and flex. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start the circles. Start the circles. Rotating, choose the direction because we're going to do both directions, but choose one for now. And then you're trying to disengage the ball of the foot if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just try to get the ankle to roll. It's really important that we learn how to roll this ankle. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go the other direction. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down to stretching now. So we're going to have we're going to actually bring up our ankle to our knee here. So right ankle, left knee, tall chest. Try not to lean back into your chair. You want to try to just stretch out that hip. If your knee's way up here still, don't worry about it. If you can't even get it up, straighten the leg and then rotate your hip and then bring the ankle to the lower shin. That's the modification. Eventually, it'll get higher and higher, and then you'll bring it into this place. And this usually is not age related outside of if you had osteoporosis or an injury. This is usually just lifestyle. If we sat on the floor more often, this would come back to us. So that's exciting to know, right? Okay, switch sides. Nice tall chest. And again, find your modifications. If you can't lift that leg, straighten it, roll the hip out, and just bring the outer ankle to the shin. And then you'll slowly, through time and days and weeks, bring it up the leg. This stretching stuff, nothing happens overnight. It's all just consistency and time, consistency and time. It's all I can just really put in everyone's mind. This is all about consistency and time. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, thighs together. You're going to have your hands to the right thigh, turn your chest to the right, turn your face to the right. Relax the neck and shoulder, and you're just holding it here, stretching the vertebrae. We want that back to know that we're still using it. And this is a safe way to put a little bit of pressure on the vertebrae so that the body sits and goes, oh, what? They're not done using us. So we need to keep the minerals on our vertebrae to hold the anchorage of the tendons that hold our muscles. And the body's like, yeah. So let's do it. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming on forward, and then bringing the left hands to the left thigh, turning the chest to the left and the face to the left, relaxing the neck and shoulders. Make sure you're nice and straight and upright, that you're not slouched, because we don't want problems with the vertebrae. We want a nice, comfortable, correct stretch where we're correctly stretching the correct ligaments and tendons and the nervous system. All they ask is for perfection, nothing else. Is that so hard?
No. Dear Krista, we'll do the best.
Okay. Okay, come on forward, roll those shoulders back, and we are done. We completed another session. Thank you very much for joining. And I'm only joking. No one's perfect.